Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have the camera down because you could see I have my vintage Willis that I recently bought from eBay, and I have a brand new to me kit with some horsehair brushes and a microfiber cloth. I have some saddle soap, and this is from Bickmore. And I have some leather conditioner, also from Bickmore. And I can leave links to these in the description box. I wasn't really sure 100% what brands that I wanted to try, but I figured one's just gotta be as good as the next. And I'll give this a try. If I don't like the conditioner, because saddle soap is saddle soap, but if I don't like the conditioner, I can always get a different brand, which is why I got the smaller bottle. So this kit comes with a larger horsehair brush, and I believe it is 2 other brushes. This is a slim and narrow brush, and this is a round brush. And then here's the cloth. Actually, this cloth, yeah, this is a microfiber cloth. So this I'm going to use towards the end once I condition, but in the meantime I want to get started with some saddle soap. So I'm going to wet this brush and let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to take my horsehair brush, rub it in the saddle soap. The directions say to use a napped cloth, but I think the brush might work a little bit better. So I'm going to start on this top flap here. Now, I think really what needs to be the most worked on is this hardware. And I don't think that it's going to be terrible to clean. I think it's going to come up really well. And one problem that I see with some of these vintage Coach bags is that the brass has started to kind of peel away a little bit. So, hopefully that's going to be revived. The leather on this bag is in great condition. It doesn't really have too many scuffs, except for a couple of spots in the corner, but we're going to see if that comes up. So, inside looks really, really good. I'm just going to kind of brush this. I don't want to put any soap on the inside because that's just raw suede, so I want to be really careful and not put anything in areas that could possibly get damaged. So this is lathered up pretty good. It says you don't want to make too much of a lather, and I probably lathered a little bit much. So I'm going to pick this up with my hand so I can work on this edge. And let's get it. Get all in those little nooks and crannies. So, you don't want to keep the brush or cloth or whatever you're using too wet because you really don't want to soak the leather, but everybody says that you could just dump these in a bathtub. But I'd rather do this. I kind of feel like the scrubbing needs to be done since it hasn't had a good scrubbing, and I'd rather not just dunk it and forget it without getting in all these little corners. So this is coming up pretty good. I think this bag was pretty clean. It was pretty clean. Okay, here. Looking good. So this looks good. Now I'm going to get into the sides. Alright. I tried this once on a vintage LV bag, and I did not have good success because I tried to work on the pattern, and the tail was patined. It should have been okay to clean it, but apparently I didn't let it dry, and I put conditioner on it, and it really just kind of wound up sealing in a lot of the dirt. At least that's what it seemed like to me. So, this is good. This is looking a little bit hazy. This is looking a little bit hazy, a little bit fuzzy. I'm just using microfiber cloth here, and trying to remove as much soap as I can. And then if I see that there's some left over, I'm just going to get a damp cloth and go over those spots. But this looks good. This looks okay now. The leather's still very supple. It's not dried out. You can see there's some scuffing on the corners, and I'm hoping the cleaning and conditioning will be enough to get that off. But my friend Ed Braun, who is a wizard at refurbishing bags, gave me the name of a leather paint to use, which, if I need it, I'm going to get it. And I'm just going to dab over those corners. I don't want to have to do a large area, but I don't mind cleaning up a corner or two. I want it in good condition. Okay. This is coming out really nice. Ooh, I'm impressing myself. Look at this. Alright. I'm not great at doing these camera angles, so forgive me if I'm not showing enough. I'm hoping that I'm showing enough. Just going over this with the brush. I know a lot of people like to watch people cleaning things because it's very satisfying. So hopefully this will be. Maybe I should do some ASMR whispers. Alright, that's both sides. The bottom. The flap. Now all we have left to do here is the back. This is what the back looks like now. Like I said, it's pretty clean. There's a little spot here and another spot here. So let's see if the saddle soap will take that off.
should have taken that strap off. Straps on when you go strap on. And again, I'm getting way too much back. Come on. Okay, the strap's pretty much came off. I like using the brush so far because the brush does get into a lot of nooks and crannies. But I feel the hands cannot just reach into this one thing. And yeah, it does look like those scuffs just got cleaned off. And since this is natural copper and leather, when you look at it, you're going to see some veining, you're going to see some natural marks that were in the hide, and that should be there. I think everybody's so used to seeing things that are overly finished that they're not really familiar with what natural leather looks like. So here's the way it looks now. I'm really impressed, it's looking good. Alright, now we're going to get into the part that covers the dowel. And I think it's okay to get some soap on this hardware. Could get brushed off. And get into the handle. I'm going to try to get under the handle. Now that I definitely made too wet. Let me get that real quick because I don't know what it is, just soap. Okay. You know what? It seems like the saddle soap actually cleaned up this brass pretty well, so I'm going to hit it again. Why not? I'm going to get the ends too, why not? Alright, let's see how this looks. Oh man, that's a great job. Look at that. Look at that. That's just with the saddle soap. Wow. Alright. That means we're going to have to go back and do the lock. Now, of course, I am going to use something to clean the metal, but just to give it a little bit of a head start, this did the job well. Okay. So now I know I had a little bit of success. Let me put it in there. I'm going to get a little scrub bit of brass. I was avoiding it, but why avoid it? Okay. Just get a little bit closer. Alright, this did a great job. This did a great job on the turn mark. Oh wow. There's a little bit of lint there. So look at the turn mark now, guys. That looks so good. And that's just with the saddle soap. So I'm going to leave this dry overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to come back and condition it. It's not completely soaked, but I definitely think that it needs to dry for a minute. So let me get it and stuff it. There's a little soap spot there. I have it stuffed. There's definitely a musty smell in this bag that I'm going to have to
Smell in this bag that I'm going to have to get rid of. I think that it must have been sitting for such a long time. It's dissipated. I noticed it when I first got it, but it seems like it's still there, so kind of seems like a storage odor, but that should be easy to get rid of. I have some charcoal packets. Yeah, I'm going to use some charcoal packets and stuff it in, but look how great this looks, guys. Look at this. It's like brand spanking new already. Wow. Okay. I did not do the tag, and that's purposeful. I'm going to get back to this tag in a bit when it's conditioning time. All right, so for now, I'm going to let this dry, and I will see you guys in 24 hours or so. All right, guys, I got the one coat of conditioner on, and this is what she's looking like so far. Now I'm going to use some Barkeep's Friend, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the hardware. So it says to use a damp cloth or a sponge. I'm going to use paper towel. Here it is. It doesn't say it's good on brass, but it doesn't not say it's good on brass. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. I have used this on hardware on my vintage Chanel, and it worked pretty good. So I have a little bowl of water here that I'm just kind of squeezing out the excess water. And I'm going to just put a little bit on the paper towel and go ahead and do the turn lock and the D-rings. So in this, you have to kind of rinse off pretty quickly. Can't let it sit for a long time, so I'm just going to get some paper towels ready. And I'm using Viva paper towels at the advice of Eva, who said that they are fabulous. So I don't have any complaints. They seem to work pretty well. So here we go. I'm not really getting a good angle here, guys. So I'm going to do front and back. The Barkeep's Friend has a little bit of abrasiveness to it. So it's just going to clean it off. Give it a little shine. And here's my clean paper towel. Wipe that off. And, oh, it did a good job. So here is what it looks like now. Look at that. Looking really good. Okay. Let me do the turn lock. Oh, put a little bit too much on here, but oh well, just gonna have to be careful. I don't really want to saturate it on the leather. I don't think it's going to hurt the leather. I mean, the abrasiveness might put a scratch, but this leather is really tough. So let's check it out. Get that nice and shiny. All right, I'm going to move along. And I'm going to get to the D-rings now. And we're just about finished. I will do a second coat of conditioner because I did consult with Ed last night. And Ed said he cleans, lets it dry, conditions. And then the following day, he goes in with another coat of conditioner. So since Ed is the guru, I'm going to take his advice, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So like I said, guys, a little water isn't going to hurt it. Here we go. All right. Look at that. How nice. Cleaned it up really well. Let me wipe it down. In my opinion, it's really worth spending the little bit of time that it takes to clean this up because it's just such a beautiful bag. Oh. It's really, really fabulous leather. And definitely worth preserving. Okay. Look how nice that came. So here's a before. Here's an after. Let's get some of that excess off. And I will let this dry before I put the second coat of conditioner on it. Just to make sure that everything is set and then I'm not doing something to dry out the leather. So here I put a little bit on the cloth, which is going to be very difficult for you to see, but it's there. So now let's get on to this section. All right. this back some. Get under the handle. And I'm just using a dry paper towel. At this point, because I've already rinsed it. Just add in a little bit of water. And there it goes. Now onto this. So look at all that gunk that came off. Nasty. Nasty. I think I'm probably using too much. But look how that came off. I apologize for the really terrible angles, guys, but I'm not used to doing it this way with the camera down. All right, let's get this. I'm gonna rinse. One more, and then it's done. And then we're going to do another coat of conditioner. And then we're going to see the end results. And we have shiny hardware, yes. Last but not least, I'm going to take off the tag. And I'm going to clean this chain, if I can get this off. If I can't get it off, I'm just going to put, there we go. I would have just put a paper towel and cleaned it that way, but let's do this little ball and chain, shall we? Let me get a little bit more cleaner. Oh, she was filthy. She was filthy. She was filthy, but filth no more, guys. We are clean and looking good. Indeed. I may have to use this bag today. After all the work that I put into it, I'm actually using my quart, but at this point, I think I'm going to want to use this Willis just because. I mean, it really looks fabulous. But I think actually I need to let it dry for a bit. So maybe this will be a take it to work on Monday deal. All right, I'm going to let all of this dry, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to do a final coat of conditioner, and then this is going to be considered restored. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm putting the last coat of conditioner and we're going to just call this done. This came out much better than I thought it would. Only because I was a little bit afraid to put something on here that would ruin the leather because it was already in good condition and I really didn't want to do anything to ruin that. So here we go. Doesn't need much because it's already in really supple condition. So putting it in the sides. I'm just using a cloth to rub it in. I know some people use their hands, but I kind of feel a little bit better with the cloth because my hands are really chapped. And I don't know if this is, I mean, I know it's conditioner, but there's also other things in it, and I just want to protect my hands as much as I can. So here we go at the bottom. So if you recall, I paid $80 for this bag. And it was sold by the Salvation Army. So this money did go to charity. But if I had have spent the money from a private seller for this in this condition, it probably would have been closer to maybe in the $250 to $300 range. You know, and again, if they had already cleaned and conditioned the bag prior to, you know, the work has already been done. So with everything cleaned up, obviously it can draw a better price. So I just saved myself a bundle and it didn't really take much. I mean, a little bit of time, a little bit of elbow grease. Certainly worth it. And I want to make sure that I get all of the spots, especially the area where the dowel is and up by the handle. So I'm going in there now, and I want to make sure to condition the handle. I did clean the strap, and I'm waiting to put some conditioner on that. It's actually drying, but I know you guys really are more interested to see the body of the bag. The strap was in very good shape, and I think that whatever storage odor was in this actually was cleaned out because I don't smell anything now. So that's really good news. So everything is cleaned, conditioned, and there's only one thing left to do. I'm going to stuff it up again so that this way, when the conditioner dries, it's going to stay in really good shape, you know, as far as the shape of the bag. So here we go. One last thing, and that is I'm going to put some conditioner on the tag. This is probably the world's worst cleaning and rehab video. I am just not that great at filming at these weird angles. But anyway, and I always say it's not a Coach bag without the Coach tag. So I am ready now. Let me attach the tag. All right, here she is in all of her glory. Look at that. Look at that. I am really pleased with how this turned out. It's really just fabulous. Fabulous. So I'm ready to tackle some more, guys. I'm definitely ready to tackle some more. So if you stuck in this long, I really appreciate it. I will see you in my next video. I do have another vintage coach video that I'm going to share with everyone soon. It's going to be a collab with Autumn Beckman. And stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I post. And join me again next time. See you soon. Bye.